Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a truly fascinating article, one we think will really resonate if you're interested in team dynamics and high-performance collaboration. It's titled, How the All Blacks Synergy Won the Battle of Eden Park by Nick Bishop over on Rugby Pass. Our mission today is to get beyond just the scoreline and really unpack this powerful idea of synergy.
Right.
Not just in rugby, but how it applies to, well, any team, any project you might be involved in. This deep dive is all about understanding what makes a group, greater than the sum of its parts.
Exactly.
And hey, if you love getting these kinds of insights, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession wherever you get your deep dives. You won't want to miss out.
It's a brilliant piece, really. What's so good about it is how it takes this concept, synergy, which can sometimes feel a bit abstract.
Yeah, a bit academic sometimes.
And it grounds it right in the thick of international rugby, specifically that intense recent match at Eden Park between, well, two absolute giants of the sport.
Yeah.
So we're going to dissect how both the All Blacks and the Springboks showed, or maybe we're really trying hard to show this crucial element, this combined power, and what lessons we can pull out for any team.
Okay, let's get into it then. The article kicks off with a really neat definition of synergy. The combined power of a pair of things that, when they are working together, is greater than the total power achieved by each working separately.
Simple, but powerful.
It even traces the word back to Greek ergon for work and sun for together.
Yeah.
So it's this fundamental ancient idea that something more happens when things combine properly. It does sort of hint at a kind of magic, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's not just adding 1 + 1 = 2. It's like 1 + 1 = 3. And this really raises the question, why is this so vital? Why focus on it?
Good question.
Well, the article gives us some classic examples from outside rugby that really drive the point home. Laurel and Hardy, Torval and Dean, Lennon and McCartney.
Right, you can't imagine one without the other.
Exactly. Their individual talents were huge, obviously, but together they made something iconic, something inseparable, a whole new thing, really.
That idea of being inseparable is key, I think. And what I found really interesting next was the article's look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, classic rivalry.
Fierce rivals, Lakers versus Celtics, but their careers, intertwined like that, actually revitalized U.S. basketball when it was sort of lagging a bit.
That's right.
Magic even said in the LA Times, we're mirrors of each other. We didn't care about scoring points. We cared about winning the game and making our teammates better.
Making teammates better? That's crucial.
That's why we were able to change not only basketball, but able to change the NBA too. That synergy, even across a massive rivalry, makes you wonder, how do you actually foster that? Was it just them or something deliberate?
That's a great question. The article suggests it was about shared values, didn't it? Winning, making the team better, not just individual stats.
Yeah.
And connecting this back to rugby, the article jumps right there saying the rivalry between South Africa and New Zealand is itself one of those great synergies the game is built on.
The rivalry itself is synergy. Interesting.
Yeah, you can't really think of the All Blacks without the Springboks popping into your head and, vice versa. It defines the game for so many people.
It does. That constant competition, it forces both sides to keep getting better, doesn't it?
Exactly. Neither can afford to stand still. So, bringing it to the recent game at Eden Park, what did this mean? The article points out both teams are actively feeling their way towards finding their best synergy, looking ahead to the 2027 World Cup.
Trying new things, new combinations.
Yeah, experimenting. It's like watching a live experiment sometimes. And the Springboks' journey here is fascinating. They've had some real challenges. Losing key front rowers like Kitchoff and Malherbe, that's huge.
Massive experience gone there.
And then their playmaking pair, Pollard and Leroux, they're, getting on a bit. Even replacing someone like Dwayne Vermeulen at number 8 isn't easy.
These aren't just names, are they? Losing them disrupts those little understandings, that intuition that builds up.
Precisely. It's not just plugging in a new player, it's rebuilding those connections. That trust takes time.
But, okay, despite those hurdles, the article finds some good news, calls it a message in a bottle bobbing in a sea of uncertainties, and it was their front row selections at Eden Park.
Ah, yes, the scrum.
The Buck found some serious secret sauce there.
Yeah.
They just dominated the scrum penalty count. What was it, 4-1?
Which is huge in a test match.
Huge. That's not just a stat. It's a massive momentum swing, a real psychological blow. What does that kind of dominance tell the opposition?
It tells them they're being physically and technically overpowered in a core area. It's deeply unsettling. And that pivotal moment, 62 minutes in,
Go on.
they pushed the All Blacks scrum, and it was a top-drawer unit. Williams, Takiaho, Lomax clean off their own ball.
Wow.
That's not just power, it's technique, timing, everyone working as one perfectly synchronized unit. And boom, Quagga Smith is away. A couple of phases later, Malcolm Marx scores.
Directly from that scrum pressure.
Directly, bringing the buck right back into the contest. That was pure front row synergy right there. Engineered to try.
You could almost feel the stadium shift. Jays Ryan, the All Blacks forwards coach, even called it a never-again moment. He knew they'd been beaten there.
Acknowledged it.
That starting book, front row Nix, Marks, Dutoy, they really laid down a marker. Shows even in a losing effort, you can make huge synergistic strides.
Definitely finding those key combinations.
So what moments like that stand out to you? How does a team find that secret sauce mid-game or between matches? Let us know your thoughts. Leave a comment on Rugby Obsession.
Okay, so while the Bucks found that scrum power, the All Blacks had their own synergy going on, didn't they? Especially in disrupting the Springbok lineout, particularly in the first, 50 minutes?
Yeah, they really shut it down. How did they do that? Because the Bok lineout is usually such a weapon.
It is, and this is where Jake White, writing for Rugby Pass pregame, was apparently right on the money.
What did he say?
He said, winning clean lineout ball is key. It's how you disrupt the opposition. And he stressed height, which, people have questioned the All Blacks on since Kaino left.
Right, the lack of a really tall blindside flanker sometimes. So if height was maybe an issue, how'd they compensate? What else did they do? White was spot on there.
He really was. The article highlights Scott Barrett and Tuperval working together again, with Vi back in the second row, his best spot.
Restoring that partnership.
Exactly. And it wasn't just about Vi playing well individually, it was about that partnership clicking again. They just, made life hell for the Buck lineout caller, Ruan Nortje.
How bad was it?
Nortje only won 3 out of 11 throws cleanly. That's a miserable 27% usable ball rate.
Ouch. That kills your platform, doesn't it?
Completely chokes the attack. You're playing off messy ball or losing it altogether. It's defensive synergy starving the opposition.
So how are they doing it?
Well, apparently Vi at the front spooked Nortje like a vengeful ghost. Forced him to use Esabeth just as a decoy, putting more pressure on the thrower, Marks, especially in the wet conditions.
But it makes the thrower's job harder.
And then if the throw went middle or back, Scott Barrett's aerial defense was just outstanding. Reading the play, getting up, disrupting. It was like a pincer movement on their lineout.
Smart. Very smart.
And then, the Springboks try their maul off the back of the lineout, their go-to power move.
Yeah, usually very effective.
But they ran aground, as the article puts it, on Simon Parker, the rookie at number 6.
The newcomer. How?
Parker apparently changed his bind, reached over really smart technical stuff in the maul, and just stopped the drive. Turnover.
Incredible awareness for a rookie.
Shows great coaching, great understanding. And the All Blacks even pressured the ball carrier later when the Maul hadn't committed defenders. Just smart, connected defense forcing errors.
And Vyas is apparently grinning ear to ear through all this.
Loving being back with Barrett, you imagine. And the article suggests Parker at 6 could really reinforce that lock pairing. Ticking a box for the coach, Razor Robertson.
Finding that new combination, that potential long-term synergy, that's gold dust for a coach.
Absolutely.
And hey, if you're enjoying this level analysis, don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession. Join the community.
So connecting all this back to the big idea, the article wraps up by saying synergy is more precious than energy.
Ooh, I like that. More precious than energy.
Yeah. And that it builds teams and projects faster. It's not just about having strong individuals, but about how they connect and multiply each other's efforts.
It implies raw effort alone isn't enough, maybe even wasteful if it's not coordinated.
That seems to be the implication, that intelligent collective application is key. It's the difference between a bunch of stars and a truly great team.
So what does this all mean for you listening?
Yeah.
The lessons from Eden Park, from Bird and Magic, they show that finding and really nurturing synergy is, it's vital in any team, any project.
It's that special sauce.
Yeah. That unique quality when people just click. Like Magic said about Bird, Larry, you only told me one lie. There will never, ever be another Larry Bird.
Yeah.
That specific combination, it was irreplaceable.
Truly unique.
Where do you see great synergy in action? In sport, work, anywhere. We'd love to hear your examples. Share them in the comments on Rugby Obsession. We really hope this deep dives into synergy, seen through the lens of rugby, has given you some powerful insights you can maybe use.
Yeah, understanding how strengths combine to make something bigger is a real game changer on and off the field.
Definitely. Whether it's a scrum, a line out, a basketball court, or, your project team at work.
That pursuit of synergy, that's what takes things to the next level. It creates those moments you remember. Think about how you can actually foster it.
Good point. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please do subscribe to Rugby Obsession and join our community for more. So let's leave you with a final thought then. We've talked about synergy happening, but how could a team deliberately, purposefully cultivate it? Beyond just throwing talent together, what actual steps could you take to build that unspoken understanding, that connection?
Yeah, it's more than just practice drills, isn't it? It's got to be about building trust, understanding roles really deeply, crystal clear communication.
And maybe even that psychological safety thing. Feeling okay to try things, maybe mess up, without getting jumped on.
Absolutely. In rugby, maybe that looks like really specific scenario training or deep video analysis together, maybe even off-field stuff focused on understanding each other's strengths and weaknesses as people, not just players.
So it's a deliberate, ongoing process, not just hoping it happens by magic.
Exactly. Designing the environment so synergy isn't just a lucky break, but something you actively build towards.
Makes sense. Well, thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we will look forward to you listening to our next episode.